Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Khushi Jain, and currently I'm in third year pursuing my graduation from Daulat Ram College, Delhi University. This session will be moderated by me. It is my honor to welcome you all to this session at NICE TEAS 2025, Networking International Conference on Emerging Trend in Expert Application and Security, a truly global academic initiative hosted by WSG University Poland and managed by KK Consultancy. The conference proudly reflects the spirit of global academic integration, strengthened by the presence of esteemed partners JECRC University Jaipur, IES University Bhopal, and the community support of Shri Karni Universe College Jaipur. Our publication partner Springer Nature brings scholarly rigor to this initiative through its Scopus-indexed and highly reputed LNNS services. This year, we received an overwhelming response from across the globe with over 500 paper submissions. After eliminating AI-generated and plagiarized content and followed a rigorous peer review process led by an expert panel of academicians and industrial professionals, only the top 90 players were selected for the presentations. Following their successful presentation and based on the recommendations from our esteemed session chairs, the paper will now be published by Springer Nature. With that, I am pleased to introduce our session chair for this segment, Mr. Chakchai Sir, a professor at Konkan University, Thailand. I request the sir to please address the session. Sir, you are not audible.
You heard me? You hear me?
Yes, sir. You are perfectly audible, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir,
thank you.
audible.
I think thank you everyone for joining the conference, and hope you have a great time because we have even though we haven't come to paper, but we have selected some of the best paper to be selected to the Scopus-based selection note. So hope you have a great time here and hope that you will save some paper again next year. Okay, thank you.
Now I would like to introduce our next session chair, Ms. Vijeta ma'am, head at CSC JECRC Foundation, Jaipur, India. Ma'am, please address the session. Ma'am, your mic is off.
Thank you, Khushi. Thank you for the opportunity. First, I would like to thank for WSG University and Professor Dr. Rathod to help me for the session chair in this prestigious conference. And I congratulate all the participants and my best wishes for their presentations and best wishes for this conference for all the participants and organizers.
Before we proceed further, I would like to share some important instruction for all the paper presenters to ensure smooth and timely session. First, each presenter has 4 to 5 minutes. Please stay within the time limit. Second, briefly cover your research context, objectives, methodology, key findings, and conclusion. A short question and answer may follow your talk of 1 minute. Keep response brief and focused. Last is keep your mic muted when not speaking. Stay for the full session and to support your fellow presenters. I request everyone please turn on their cameras to support fellow presenters. With the kind of permission of our session chair, we shall now proceed with the paper presented. I would like to invite our first presenter with the paper title Innovative Methods for Contact Identification of Fragments in a Patient Body based on Machine Learning. I request the sir to please take over.
You see my presentation?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Dear colleagues, let me introduce our science work is innovation method for contact identification for fragment patient body based on machine learning. Setting process in combat enduring created bashed and bolivian woods. The problem is the wooden not contrasting fragment, piece of plastic, glass, wood, or another materials that not be the traditional method X-ray machine. Methodic diagnostic for KT or ultrasound not see this material. When hitting shooty bullet or fragment underground complex ballistic behavior. You see the trajectory in this slide. One of the experiment with trajectory with bull in ballistic gel you see in this slide. To solve this problem, we innovation device two version. One version is first. It's basic model, and second it's a model with vibration mode. In theoretical basic of the method, the innovation of asymmetric oscillatory process that arrive at the innovation is difficult media. Use are described by competition mathematical model. You see the prototype in 3D model, and one of the scheme we use. Next step we used two difficult models. One active method, another passive method. The passive problem which we described earlier generation a signal solely from contacts as safety of the fragment. In the active vision, the approach education research for vibration form a built-in vibration X-ray. Next step, we used machine learning for more detailed process. We used YOLO algorithm. You see the results using this algorithm in this slide. If you can see the described of education in screen is dramatical BB of 50-75%. Next step, we used we have the results, another parameters of our devices. You can see if how long is elements and diameter of this element, and results of another this parameter. Next step is experimental slide. You see the plastic, glass, iron, balls, and we have a prototype in medical clinical, we use real horror, and you can see the result of looking prototype. You can see another was another materials of plastic, iron, gold, glass, wood, and not object. Another interpretation you can see in this slide. This method is very important in our country because we have war and we use this method in effective and real medical process with our soldiers. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful and well-articulated presentation. We are open to questions now, if any. If there are no further questions from the audience or the session chair, we shall proceed with our next paper. I would like to invite our next presenter for the day with the paper title Advancement in Crew Monitoring Using Machine Learning, a short review with the paper ID 469. I request Mr. Mohammed Ibrahim to please take over. I request her to please take over.
Yes, thank you. I'm just in process. Just give me a second.
Okay, sir. No, sir, it's not visible. No, sir. Sir, can we proceed to next? You can present it last. Now I would like to call our next presenter for the day with the paper title.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir.
It says like I need permission to connect to share my screen. So can you please give me the permission?
Sir, permission is granted for everyone to share the screen.
Okay. You see now my screen?
Yes, sir. Now it's visible.
Can you see my presentation also?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry for the connection problems issues. First of all, thank you for your time. I would like to present our paper titled Advancement in Code Monitoring Using Machine Learning, a short review. So first of all, I would like to start with a little bit of introduction of our paper. So first of all, code monitoring happens various places, like for instance public safety, effective events, for instance like places like this. So it happens in various crowded areas like Hajj, rallies, concerts, political speeches, and all of these actually sort of places and all sort of areas they need to be monitored. We need to have a kind of research area that can actually pretend protect dense codes. Yeah. So first of all, we asked several questions based on our research, and actually this is still continuing research that we are working on still. So, but first of all, we decided to make a review first, and then we will continue. So these were the questions that we asked ourselves. Can you hear me and see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these were the questions that we have actually asked ourselves. So we divided the crowd and crowd counting into two actually, structured and unstructured. As you know that we have structured and unstructured here, as you can see, for instance, these images that you can see, most of them are unstructured actually, right? So you can see that these code areas, it's very difficult, actually, in fact, very difficult to count people there, right? So this we can call this kind of images or the code areas as say unstructured, yeah? So, for instance, as you can see for the image, next image to the HUD, you can see rallies. We can say that it's more like a structured way, so that we can see people there, we can count still, but it's difficult to count them, yeah? Okay, so we divided them into two, structured and unstructured codes, and also we get some kind of limitations, so kind of limitation in terms of machine learning. As you know that machine learning is actually a very accurate technique nowadays to use various research areas. So we decided to see how machine learning actually can cover this research area. Yeah? Challenges also, role of behavior. So actually in our paper we didn't propose a model, yeah? But in fact we reviewed the trends and the trend and most updated findings in crowd monitoring by using machine learning, yeah? And then we framed our review around 6 research questions, okay? Based on foundational definitions, based on practical implications, based on questions that can help us to find some kind of findings and some kind of gaps, yeah? And later on, we are planning to work on this kind of research gaps and later on publish papers, yeah? Based on these gaps. Okay, so first of all, if we start with the methodology, yeah? So first of all, as I have already mentioned, we haven't proposed any model, but we identified and we found out the most updated and the most trend literature review. Nowadays, the researchers are actually writing about crowd monitoring using machine learning, okay? So first we conducted an extensive literature review, yeah? And then after that, we did like in terms of machine learning, yeah? And then we identified the gaps, yeah? Then we identified the data set comparison of data sets between 2014 to 2024. And keep in mind that these data sets are from Web of Science and Scopus. As you know that, as you are actual researchers, you are familiar with Web of Science and Scopus. These are the most accurate places that we can get actually accurate information. So these are what we did, yeah? Then we analyzed and then we compare. Later on I will describe the step by step, okay? Then after that, we examined the selected state-of-art models into details and their accuracies and how they actually identify and how they actually monitor and how they actually detect codes. Okay? So if we start first of all about, if we stop about here, actually here you can see that from here you can see that you can see a steady upward trajectory in publications from here actually, if you can see from my mouse, okay? So here you can see that from 2014 to 2024, actually, it's like the research publications has been going upward, okay, in terms of publications of crowd monitorings, in terms of Scopus, and also in terms of Web of Science. Also, you can see that they actually the upward trajectory in publications. Okay, then the machine learning methods can be now undermine real-time processing, for example, anomaly detections, for example, behavioral predictions. So later on, we actually divided into them into three categories. The first one is the taxonomy. Okay? So the taxonomy, and then we divide into crowd monitoring and the behavior. Okay, so later on, we will step by step later on as well. Okay, so if I stop here a bit, the crowd counting, the AI-driven systems that can adapt to a new environment while respecting brightness and fairness, this can say that we can conclude that actually the research questions or the research gaps going on this topic is a huge actually. Yeah. From here we can see that, and by the way, these charts have been taken. I was taken from the Web of Science and from the Scopus. Okay. So now we will stop by a little bit about crowd counting techniques used in machine learning. So as you know that we have many techniques, okay, in terms of machine learning, as you know. Yeah? So here we can say that we can first of all describe the thing called density independent and scale aware model, DSEM. Yeah? The first one. So the DSEM uses convolutional neural networks to detect individual heads. So what do we mean by head? We mean by head by actually looking at the heads of these people. Okay, so these are the heads. So in this way, they use to localize the heads to detect the heads. Okay, not by hands or body. Okay, and then we got YOLO. As you know that YOLO is very accurate model actually, and also later on they proposed YOLO from 1 to 7, yeah? And even we have 8 now. So the YOLO or the model called you only look once, is a real-time object detection, yeah? Model that can perform well across diverse cameras and lighting conditions, and also it can be particularly useful in fast-paced environments where it can quick detection is needed, yeah? Where the quick detection is needed, where the person is standing or sitting or is actually human. Yeah? For the field of surveillance, so as you know that when we are kind of detecting, we have images and also we have the videos, yeah? So for the field of surveillance, researchers have combined short-term memory network with CNNs, convolutional neural networks. And this can actually allow the system to analyze millions over time, making it suitable for monitoring dynamic and shifting forwards. And then lastly, we got the hybrid approach, where the initial estimations are followed by a requirement stage that can show strong results, achieving up to 90% accuracy. Yeah. That can perform well in real-world conditions. And here we have also, I have already this one as explained. And then we have also the techniques for crowd behavior analysis using machine learning. So what we mean by crowd behavior? So the crowd behavior is actually whether the person is actually making some movements or not. So we have too many behaviors in terms of movements. So the person can be moving, he can be sitting, or he can be doing any other behaviors. So the crowd behaviors has detecting unusual or dangerous behavior in dense crowds. For example, extremely challenging, especially through video surveillance, and they can be occlusion and overlapping movements are common. For example, to model this, they have found that they applied methods like motion tracking, which are one of the things that when we reviewed the most updated papers, we found out that actually most of the literature reviews, they have been combining support for 50 machine stress events, they have been used to detect actually behavior. So these are actually one of the results that actually some of the results that we found when we were conducting the literature review. And this means that they can be trained in multi-frame data, and they are effectively recognizing a typical abnormal code behavior. So the abnormal behavior can be, for example, whether the person is actually moving or not, or the person is doing something unusual. We can use this kind of techniques. And then the flat workspaces and times offering deeper insight into group dynamics. And the other approaches are, for instance, such as a fixed clustering, like as we mentioned, YOLO, and SIFT enhance the model's ability to segment code areas and understand activity streams. So activity streams. So activity streams, they can be, for instance, stadiums, they can be, for instance, rallies, they can be the gatherings, meetings, like this. And then the final neural networks, they can use hyper-random matrix HRM models. Yeah. So these are also one of the findings. Most of the literature review nowadays going on this topic. Yeah. And then together, this method, they have been shaped of smart surveillance by making the system not just monitor, but they can actually intentionally interpret code behavior in real time. They can detect actually in real time. So these are the literatures that we have been found that most of the researchers nowadays they have been using this. And actually, in fact, this has been a research gap in the previous years. If we compare from 2014 to 2024, actually, now we can see that the research gap has been actually fulfilled compared to the previous years. Here, these are the data sets actually that the papers that have been analyzed. So we have been analyzed several papers, and these are the data sets that have been used. Okay? So before I start from the comparative analysis, the Web of Science mainly provides a field and sensor data set, as you can see here. Okay? And we say that targeted towards public safety and environmental. And also, these data they can be resolved of around 300 regions. So in contrast, Scopus offers a broader range of contents, including computer vision, sensor vision, and mobile analytics with a higher average resolution of 400 dpi, 15 better data quality. So when we compared the Web of Science and the Scopus, we found out that actually Scopus, the literature review of Scopus is actually more and more accurate when compared to Web of Science. So another important factor is also the accessibility. Yeah? So the 75%. Yeah, sorry.
So sorry to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt, but actually we have a very limited time. So can you please wrap up?
Okay. So another important factor is also the accessibility. So the 75% of Scopus actually websites, they are open to access. So that's actually a big factor. So okay, so if I go to the discussion, so if you look at the Chang et al. And others, they have introduced a region-based adaptation method to work with network datasets, and also this can be innovative, based on heavily precise perspective maps in the small image patches, which can limit accuracy in real time. Also, another issue can be the many existing models that can be fully account for skill predictions, and they assume that models can automatically adapt, which can place a more positive note. So we can the code counting and mating can be of using machine learning, they can be estimated to provide advantages of a traditional engineering approach. But the gap in the future work is that we're planning to actually, and in fact actually we started to work on a project related to this and cover the research gap has been actually the research gap is that we don't have a full access of some data sets, and actually we are trying to find out that also the data sets and the future work will be implemented by a project based on this topic. So thank you very much. I'm sorry for the corrections. So thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful and well articulated presentation. We are open to questions now, if any. If there are no further questions from the audience or the session chair, we shall proceed to our next paper. With this, I would like to invite our first presenter for the next presenter for the day, with the paper title "Securing Smart Tourism Platform: Analyzing Application Security Trends and Tourist Certification Using the Cervical Model in Homestay Business of Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh." With the paper ID 609, I request Dr. Surendra sir to please take over.
It is visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yes. Good evening to all of you, especially for the session chair. This is Dr. Mukesh Kumar on the behalf of my colleagues, Dr. Surendra Kumar, Swamidri sir, Sneha, and myself, Dr. Mukesh Kumar. It's my privilege to present this research at this esteemed international conference on networking, international conference on emerging trends in expert applications and security. My research title is Securing Smart Tourist Platforms, Analyzing Application Security Trends and Tourist Satisfaction Using the Cervical Model in Homestays Business of Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh. As far as my introduction is concerned, everybody knows that the tourism sector is undergoing a digital revolution nowadays with the innovative platforms, with the different apps and different digital instruments. In this transformation, homestays, particularly in Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand, have become a preferred choice for the tourist seeking authentic, as for the local as well as the foreign tourists. Both states have encouraged homestays growth through programs that promote rural livelihoods, cultural emergence, and sustainable tourism. These homestays are increasingly being listed on internet platforms, allowing traveler easy access for those who are using or those who are want to avail the services. However, this digital transformation poses issues, particularly in application security, as tourists now disclose sensitive data online, generating worries about privacy, trust, and safe digital experience. This study explores how application securing affects tourist satisfaction in smart homestays, especially in the Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh. It uses the cervical model. Cervical model is the service quality model framework to analyze the relationship between the digital trust and perceived service quality. Why we have chosen this topic? Because it has some rational or some logic behind it. Why? Because with increasing digitalization in tourism, it is vital to ensure that platform offers convenience and build trust through the secure digital environments. For homestays, owners in Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand, platforms-based booking are becoming the norm, making it essential to understand how security and service quality affects the respondent satisfactions or the tourist satisfactions. And this study is very important for the three aspects. One is the those who are getting the avail the services, that is the tourist. Second one is the homestay owners, and third one is the policy maker. It is very important for the policy makers because they have to formulate the policy to attract the domestic tourists as well as the foreign tourists. Problem statement, if as far as the problem statement is concerned, as homestays in Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand increasingly rely on digital platforms, tourists are exposed to potential risk related to the data misuse and payment fraud. While platforms' convenience is high, trust in digital interaction is not guaranteed. Yet, most research focus on general tourist satisfaction or technical security, rarely combining both. So there is a clear gap understanding how application level, security feature, and perceived service quality shape tourist satisfaction in the homestay sector. On the basis of the different, the more literature review, we are able to find out that some objectives of the study to identify emerging applications, securing trades in innovative tourism platforms, supporting homestay business, especially in the with respect to the Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. And second one is the to access tourist satisfaction using the cervical model in the context of digital homestay bookings. So these are the conceptual framework we can see in this figure. That is the cervical model. Everybody knows that this has been given by the Parasuman et al. And it has the five parameters. One is the tangibility, reliability, responsiveness, assurance, and empathy. And second one is the application security. It comprises the secure login, encrypted payments, OTP, and privacy policies. And third one is that is the most important is the perceived trust. Why? Because the tourists are involving in the data as well as the money safety is concerned. So that is the most important, how these parameters or the variables will affect to the tourist satisfactions. So if you talk about the research methodology, then it is the quantitative and cross-sectional research are there. In this research, we have collected the 140 tourists. Sampling method is the non-probability sampling. In the purposive and snowball sampling we have used. And instrument, the research instrument is the questionnaire. Especially, we have formulated the different questions. Questions are related to the cervical model. That is the five components based on the five components. As far as data analysis is concerned, definitely we have collected and summarized the demographical profile based on the age group, gender, and third one is the tech proficiency, how the respondents are proficient or they are aware about the technology or digitalization, because this is the based on the digital technology. Awareness and use of applications security features are concerned. So we have used the mean score. We have collected the mean score, and we have find out in the encryption the mean score 1 to 5 Likert type scale we have used. Out of the 5 Likert type, we have especially in the encryptions, it is the 3.92 mean score is there. In the OTP 3.91 and secure payments 3.47 and biometric login is the 2.40. So 2.40 is the very less than other rather than the other comparisons. If you talk about the cervical model, and we have used the two comparisons, one are the expected score and second one is the perceived score. So if you compare to the perceived scores or the with respect to the expected scores, definitely gap is in the negative. So tangibility, if you see the expected score is 4.46, but the perceived score is the 4. So definitely minus 0.46 is the. So it shows that we have to formulate, we have to work on these parts as far as the tangibility, reliability, responsiveness, assurance, and empathy. So definitely the in the recommendation it has already mentioned, and it is very important for the policy maker. So key finding are 70% of users were aged between 18 and 45. Definitely 81% tourists reported either high or moderate tech proficiency. Cervical, the model frameworks are negative gaps are there. What are the recommendations? That is much important. So based on the findings, we have recommended in this paper, or definitely it will be very useful for the policy makers. So platforms developers need to make an underlying security steps simple. It is very easy to access for the respondents or the tourists. Things like secure payment, baggage verified, host icons, or optional biometric logins. Also, there must be a big pop-ups or messages that teach users about how the information and traders are secured. On the side of owners, digital literacy training is to be promoted so that they could comfortably utilize the function of the platforms and safely interact with the visitors. The policymakers and tourist departments would be advised to develop regional programs that would encourage compliance as well as the development of cybersecurity infrastructure in digital tourism. The government support of workshop, training on the platform's user certification, and laying down the cybersecurity standards applied towards tourism, small medium enterprises will make the experience safer and more trustworthy. So these are the reference, and this is from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful and well articulated presentation. We are open to questions now, if any. If there are no further questions, we shall proceed with our next paper presentation with the paper title A Comparison of Vital Parameters and ECG in Gamers with the paper ID 624. I request Miss Monica to please take over. And I request ma'am to please stay within time limit. That is 4 to 5 minutes.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So our project is about comparative analysis of vital parameters such as ECG, respiration rate, and temperature in different gamers using machine learning programming. So I would start with my abstract. So vital parameters like heart rate, speed and distance, and reaction time to identify the patterns that correlate with enhanced gaming performances. So we basically compared all the vital parameters in different gamers, like the one who plays the chess, the one who plays carrom, free fire, or anything, any type of game. So we compared all three of their vital parameters and heart rate and compared their vital and analyzed a signal, analyzed their performances. So our problem statement was, with the increasing prominence of video gaming as a competitive and cognitive activity, there is a growing need to understand the physiological and neural factors that contribute to gaming performance. However, limited research exists on the vital parameters between gamers and non-gamers. This gap makes it challenging to identify specific brain rate patterns and physiological responses that enhance focus, cognitive engagement, and performance during gameplay. Furthermore, while machine learning techniques hold promise for analyzing complex datasets, their application in identifying correlations, vital parameters, and gaming performance remains underexplored. So the aim of this project is comparative analysis of vital parameters in gaming performance using machine learning. This is mainly to analyze and compare between gamers and non-gamers using machine learning techniques. The project seeks to identify patterns and correlations that differentiate the two groups, classify gaming performance, and provide insights into the physiological and cognitive factors influencing gameplay. So the procedure involves mainly 4 steps: data collection, data processing, exploratory data analysis, and result interpretation. So the first step is data collection. We made 4 patients and made them to play games such as chess, carrom board, and free fire. And we started analyzing their performances. During this, each of them expressed different types of reaction. After that, the data was processed using different instruments, and then the analysis was made and the results was obtained. So these are the analysis that we were able to collect, and we had 5 patients: Ranjit, Hemant, Madesh, Mohan, and Master. So before the gaming process, their parameters were 35 degrees Celsius, 35.1, 34.9, 34.3, and 35.2. After the gaming session, after each minute, their temperatures were slightly increasing up before gaming and after gaming. So the next was analysis of the ECG. So before gaming, their ECG signals were slightly low, and after gaming, as we have seen in temperature, even the ECG signals showed slightly increase as compared to the previous gaming session. And same respiration rate was also analyzed, and the respiratory rate also increased when compared before gaming session. So these are the graphs that were obtained when comparing all these parameters. So the each line shows each patient and their performances. So to conclude, this is a research paper, and with this we can design games that maintains all the vital parameters stable rather than increased manner. So our conclusion is that the vital parameters such as heart rates, respiration rate, and the oxygen were observed during gaming, indicating physical and mental stress. Machine learning models effectively classified performance states, showcasing their potential in predicting mental states. These insights can improve gaming strategies, mental focus, and player well-being. These are the references we used for this project. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your insightful and well articulated presentation. We are open to questions now, if any. Okay, so if there are no further questions from the audience or the session chair, we shall proceed with our next paper with the paper title Hybrid XAI Model for Feature Selection and Detection of Breast Cancer with the paper ID 630. I request Ms. Babita to please take over.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Wait a minute. I'm going to share my screen first. Is my screen visible?
No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
So good afternoon everyone. I'm Babita Tiwari and I'm pleased to present my research title Hybrid Explainable AI Model for Feature Selection and Detection of Breast Cancer. My paper ID is 630. So I'm working in Manipal University, Jaipur, Rajasthan, India. So these are the outline of my presentation that contains introduction, related work, methodology, results, conclusion, future scope, and the references. So what is the motivation behind the breast cancer? Because the breast cancer remains one of the leading cause of death among women worldwide. So, and according to the survey in 2024, it is the second most common type of cancer in the world. So predicting breast cancer accurately and early is essential to improve patient outcomes. So if I see this figure, so figure 1 will represent the number of breast cases reported in India in last 4 years from 2020 to 2023. So if I see this diagram, the number of cases will be increases even in the medical facilities also. So
Ma'am, your slides are not advancing.
it's not. Wait a minute. I'm sharing my screen again. Now it's visible?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible now.
I go to the first screen. There's some error, I think. Okay, so now it's visible. Going to the next slide. So there is a problem if I go to the first screen, I think. it visible?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
So the early detection improves the survival rate. But if I do go for the manual identification using the mammography, MRI, ultrasound images, FNA, so it can be frequently laborious and prone to error. So here the concept of machine learning approaches are arise. So in this study, we will use the classification purpose. The method is used random forest, which combined with the feature selection method, the genetic algorithm and the PSO, that means particle sound optimization algorithm, with the combining with the explainable AI concept, so which increase the prediction accuracy and the clinical interpretability. So here we use the data set is Wisconsin diagnostic breast cancer data set, which is available in UCI repository online. So this represent the key finding of my related to my topic, feature selection. So if in this 7, the author used modified PET algorithm for feature selection combined with random forest classifier on the WDBC dataset. This approach resulted in a 96.85% is correctly classified rate. In 8, an optimized ensemble deep learning approaches using transfer learning and gray wolf optimization for breast cancer is presented, which uses ResNet and inception sequence, reaches an accuracy of 96.5 on the large data set with the recall value of 0.98 and AUC approximate 0.97. In 9, the author suggests two novel wrapper feature selection methods, WFSIC and WFSP, integrate with different 9 machine learning algorithms. Their results shows that random forest with feature selection, wrapper feature selection, that algorithm resulted 98.12 accuracy on WDBC dataset. Similarly, in 10, we reviewed the feature selection techniques for tumor subtypes classification, which highlighted the impact on diagnostic precision and biomarker interpretability. And in 11, we integrate the feature selection with and machine learning pipelines using hybrid feature engineering to significantly improve the early detection accuracy. So now we will proceed to my proposed methodology. It is not going to the next slide. So this represents the methodology of my proposed method. So proposed explainable AI model is explained with the help of the diagram here. The proposed model uses the random forest classifier for binary classification of benign and malignant tumors. Here we use Scopus diagnostic data set, breast cancer data set, which consists of 569 samples, each defined by 30 numerical attributes from the computerized pictures of FNA, fine needle spirit of the masses in the breast. Then this data were normalized using minimax scaling, and target labels were encoded as 0 and 1, where 0 represent benign and the 1 represent malignant. And the dataset was divided into two categories. 80% will be used for the training purpose, and the 20% is used for the testing purpose. Then random forest classifier uses alone or with the genetic algorithm and the particle sum optimization algorithm. In genetic algorithm, we selected 8 features out of 30 by optimizing classification accuracy as a fitness function, while in PSO, we selected 15 features out of 30 by simulating the movements of particles in a search space to find the subset giving the best model accuracy. So if I go to the result, so this will represent the graphical representation of the workflow of the random forest genetic algorithm as a feature selections or the workflow of random forest with PSO using as a feature selection. So now we will proceed to the result part. So if this algorithm will be implemented with the help of implemented in Python 3.90, and if I see the table 2 represents the outcomes of the three models: baseline, random forest, random forest with genetic algorithm, and random forest with particle swarm optimization. So if I see this table, in baseline random forest we selected all 30 features, while in GA random forest plus genetic algorithm 8 out of 30, and next one 15 out of 30. And if I see the accuracy here, the random forest with particle swarm optimization give best accuracy as compared to the previous model. Now if I go to the figure 5, which show the confusion matrix of these three models, the particle swarm optimization with random forest exhibit the best classification performance with minimal misclassification. In addition, the benign class correctly classified 71 images and the 41 images correctly classified as the malignant class. Only 2 images are incorrectly classified as compared to baseline random forest and the random forest with genetic algorithm. And the figure 6 will show the summary plot for the particle swarm optimization with random forest model, and the features like worst area, worst parameter, and the mean concavity had here the most influence on the predictions. Similarly, next figure 7 will show the sub-interaction plot for the genetic algorithm with random forest, which reveals how feature pairs interact to impact prediction. Now, next figure 8 represent the comparison of the ROC curve for all three models, and here we will see the PSO with RF model gives the best performance with the highest AUC 0.984, followed by baseline that is 0.953, and genetic and with random forest AUC is 0.94. So definitely the particle swarm optimization with random forest will give the highest performance as compared in terms of accuracy as well as in terms of AUC value. So now we will proceed to the conclusion and the future work. So this study mainly demonstrates the data heuristic feature selection techniques, genetic algorithm, and the PSO particle swarm optimization using with random forest. And here we will see the combination of PSO and random forest is particularly effective for the breast cancer predictions, which achieving an accuracy of 98.25 on the WDBC dataset. And among the tested the PSO plus RF model gives the highest performance in terms of accuracy as well as in terms of AUC. And the future of this method may be extended to the multi-class cancer classification. We can use the real-time diagnostic system, and we can use the hybrid feature selection as well. Now these are the references of my paper. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your insightful and well-articulated presentation. We are open to questions now, if any. Okay, so if there are no further questions, then we'll proceed to with our next paper. Now I would like to invite our next paper presenter with the paper title Sustainability in IoT Enabled Smart City with the paper ID 586. I request Mr. Ajay to please take over.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes,
Good
sir.
afternoon to all of you. My screen is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
So today I am going to present my paper. The title is the Sustainability in the IoT-enabled smart city, and these are my co-author. I'm basically belong from the JECRC University, Jaipur. These are the content of the today's paper: the abstract, introduction, literature review, problem statement, challenges in the smart city, comparison of the methodology, proposed framework, pros and cons, and conclusion and future work. Now the abstracts. So basically, smart cities are the adopting the technologies like the Bitcoin, AI, and the IoT emerging technologies are the driving the information of the city into the intelligent system. Blockchain basically enhances the digital infrastructure with the secure decentralized solutions, and blockchain is the vital for the secure, transparent operations across the various urban sectors. If we integration of the integration with the ICT improve the city services like the transport and the waste management, and if combining the traditional ICT with the new tech boosts efficiency in the urban services. There are so many benefits and the challenges. Challenges like the data privacy and the energy uses, and implementing these technologies comes with the issues that must be addressed. So this study basically reviews the existing research in the IoT and the sustainability in the smart city, and we examine the several papers and concern the how the IoT contribute to the sustainable urban development. There are the big data uh, from the sensors that help to analyze and improve the city models, and that can be used for the data-driven insights to optimize the planning and management. And then there are the future directions include the stronger infrastructure and environmental planning, and the study also suggests that the further development to ensure that the lasting impact. Now the introductions. So the smart city basically it depend up heavily rely on the information and the communication technologies, and IoT links the digital devices to deliver the smart services in the business, healthcare, and the industry. So, smart city administration is the and it must also address the safety from the physical and the cyber threat. And this requires basically the massive investment to show the importance of the securing the high IoT network, and the planners and the security experts play that important role in the building the smart city. And multimedia improve the visibility and the understanding in the digital urban environment. And if you talk about the smart city, there is face the various challenges like the limited battery life power usage, and the high data volume. So ICT and the IoT are the critical for building the sustainable infrastructures, and IoT and the data is analytics help to improve the energy efficiency and the environmental outcome. So smart city deliver the services and the infrastructure management enhance the resources use, and the big data and IoT basically drive the environmentally sustainable growth for the smart city. For this purpose, we go through the various literatures, and there are the some part. There are the, we saw that there are the some literatures from that literature review, and if you see that the writer Rosega basically it highlights the Africa urban areas. Basically, these areas are the growing rapidly and need the sustainable solution by adopting the green energy and the IoT-based smart grids. So Africa can reduce the energy losses and improve the efficiency. So smart metering and the ICT can help to manage the resources better and making the smart city more visible and the supporting the poverty reduction and the development. And Majumdar, the second of paper we consider in this writer will basically highlight the traffic jam that can cause the air pollution in the smart city. So although the traffic jam can be reduced, the congestion and predicting them in the difficult due to the traffic is the complex nature. So IoT advancement enable the smarter city management, and if you using the LSTM based memory network, it helps the forecast traffic jam spread by the predicting the vehicle speeds on the real roads. So this technology can support the sustainable smart city by anticipating the unusual routes and the improving the transportation planning. Another paper we took for that is the written by the Sodro, and it basically focuses on the IoT links in the smart city devices, and but it faces the various challenges like the limited power. While we are using the IoT-based algorithm like the DSA and the HABPA, it helps to manage the video streaming efficiently, saving the energy. And future smart cities will use the advanced techniques like the machine learning for the smart medical system. So these are the some literature review. Now the problem statements. So problem statement that if you talk about the sustainable smart city, it faces the challenges like the poor waste management, air pollution, traffic congestion, and the lack of the integrated framework. So there are also some technical issues like the low energy efficiency, data privacy risk, video transmission problem, and the scalability concern with the blockchain. So the AI-based systems also struggle with the real-time energy management due to the unpredictable demand and the user behavior. So these gaps hinder the development of the truly sustainable and the efficient smart city. Now the challenges in the smart city, there are so many challenges, some of them here. The first one is the waste management, traffic congestion, and the pollution. The second challenge is the energy inefficiency and the battery limitations. And next challenge is the data privacy and the data security concern in the IoT and the blockchain-based system. Now we perform some comparison of the different methodology that can be used in the various type of the implementations. So these implementation like the SMS, Smart City System, LSMN, Long Short Memory Network, ICT, Information and Communication Technology, and CPS, Cyber Physical System, and the SDMS, Smart Waste Management System. So the comparative factor is the techniques. So various type of the techniques can be used in these type of the systems. So there are so many various algorithms that can be used in these systems. So these are the comparison, and if it see the conclusions. So first we see that there is in the first system save the energy in the transmission. Second system help to predict the congestion with the IoT. Third system support the city goals. Support the city goals like the environmental and the economical and social requirement. And next system propose the holistic, secure, and the scalable. And the last system basically reduce the disease spread and the waste overflow. So these are the comparison methodology. Now the proposed framework. So basically the developed solution address the sustainability challenges in the smart city using the IoT. So a layered framework that integrate the urban domains with the big data, fog, and the cloud. And it collects the diverse data from the satellites, GPS sensors, and the online transactions. This layer include there are so many layers. You can see this by using this diagram. So there are the 5 layers in the proposed framework. First layer is the smart sustainable city topology and the design. After that, the urban domain, and next layer is the facility of the storage and the data sources. Next layer is the cloud and the fog computing, and last layer is the big data application of the IoT. So these are the coverage area of the different layers. Now the pros and cons of this framework. So if you talk about the pros, so pros basically it IoT-enabled smart city traffic control using the intelligent system and the lights. So cloud computing basically offer the cost-effective and the scalable and reliable services. Hadoop and the MapReduce basically ensure that the flexible, powerful, and the balanced data processing and energy drain in the reduced in the small monitoring using the delay tolerant and the adaptive bandwidth algorithm. Cover the cons. So the cons are the IoT with the blockchain raises the data privacy and the security concerns, and the blockchain-based healthcare system are the costly to maintain. And smart contract add the complexity to the smart city sustainability, and conscious protocol are the stable are still immature for the ensuring the data integrity, and IoT faces the challenges in maintaining the data privacy and the anonymity. Now the conclusion and the features. So basically, this research work highlight the use of the advanced technology like the IoT, ICT, blockchain, AI, LSTM based management method to enhance the sustainability in the smart cities, and it includes the traffic management, energy efficiency, and waste management. So there are the hybrid algorithms such as the delay tolerant streaming and the adaptive bandwidth. Adaptive bandwidth help to reduce the energy consumption during the event detection. If we talk about the future work, so future will be focused on the developing the improved algorithm and the framework, especially for the affordable smart healthcare using the machine learning and the deep learning. Additionally, we optimize the energy usage with the AI and enhance the congestion predictions and creating the sustainability matrices based on the social and the economical factors. The keywords and ensuring the data privacy through the guarantees and combined with the blockchain, and it also prioritized to support the sustainable smart city growth. So these are the conclusion in feature, and last one is
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful and well articulated presentation. We are open to questions now, if any. Okay, then we will proceed with our next paper presentation with the paper title IoT in Automotive Industry and with the paper ID 585. I would like to invite Mr. Ajay to please present.
visible.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay, thank you. So now our next paper is automotive industry. So the significant advancement in the automotive industry. It enables the smart transportation, automated and the safety challenges the complexity, demand for smarter transportation, and sustainable power solution like the micro photovoltaic cells offer the potential for the IoT devices, although the cost remains the high initially. Another suggests that the IoT support the digital learning in the automotive environment and helping to develop the skill for the Industry 4.0. Next, we present basically the industrial IoT, the terminal IIoT, and the cyber physical system. It enables the communication between the machine, humans, and the data for efficiency and the cost saving in the automotive industry manufacturing. Another paper shows that the IoT-driven supply chain collaboration enhances the learn operations and reduce the waste in the automotive production. So these are the some literature review that will go for the proposed work. Now the challenges in the problem statement. So we talk about the challenges. So traffic congestion impact the emergency response, and there is the issue of the pollution. So 2.4 million deaths per year according to the WHO. So there is the data latency and network reliability, that is another challenge, and high energy demand for the IoT system. This is the next challenge, and for this seeing this, we need for the smarter solution in the traffic emissions and the safety. So for this work, we compare the various methodology. The methodologies that can be used like the big data analytics, RFID, CI, and the PSC power generation. So the technology used in the big data analytics, that is the energy efficient technology, and the tools and the devices like the pollution data and the sensors. And the purpose is to monitor the vehicle noise and the pollution precisely and aim to optimize the IoT data handling with the high performance tools. To cover the remarks, the essential for the future IoT strategy in the automotive industry, RFID technology, and the devices can be used for the RFID, that is the microchip and the electromagnetic signal. And the use of the RFID, it enables the real-time vehicle tracking and the traffic management. It has a streamlined manufacturing process and the resources. And to cover remark, so it is suitable for the manufacturing and the traffic control applications. CIS mechanism, it is a technology used the automotive IoT protect, IoT and that devices that can be used the IoT sensors, hybrid predictions, and it can be used for the monitoring the production processes, detect the fault, prevent the unexpected losses, and it is highly valuable for the production monitoring in the automotive industry. Pi PSC power generation, and it is the Pi PSC technology, and it is the ultrasonic sensor. It uses the sensor and the use is the reduce the power loss in the IoT system through the initial cost and the high gain to over the vehicle weight and the size. And it provides the promises for the future low power IoT solution despite the higher current cost. Now the proposed solution. So this is basically research proposes the integrated IoT solution to address the challenges in the automotive system. It focuses on the safety, efficiency, and the sustainability in the and intelligent vehicle management. So proposed solution basically first focus on the noise and the pollution monitoring. So implement the IoT-based sound pollution monitoring system in the vehicles precisely to measure the noise levels and apply the big data analytics to analyze and mitigate the environmental impact caused by the vehicle emissions and the noise. The smart traffic management to develop the IoT enables traffic control system that is dynamically adjust the signal based on the real-time vehicle flows. Integrate the energy efficient lighting and the smart highways to improve the visibility and reduce the accident, especially under the dark conditions. Another proposed solution that focus on the vehicle and the vehicle diagnostic and fault detection. So employ the IoT sensors and hybrid predictive models to early detection in the manufacturing process and the testing system that can be used CIS method. And this another is the prevent the unplanned downtime and the enhance the production efficiency. Low power technology, so adopt microprocessor cells by TEAS and the integrated power sources for the IoT sensors and minimizing the vehicle weight and reducing the heat consumption. And this is from the conventional high power to electronic to ultra power solutions, lowering the energy consumption and improving the sustainability. Data management and intelligence, so integrate the cloud computing, AI, and the machine learning with the IoT system to predictive analysis, decision making, and adaptive vehicle control. And it use the advanced algorithm like the LNNS to analyze the large volume of the vehicular data for the accurate insights and the system optimization. Now the IT applications in the automotive, so it can the real-time vehicle diagnosis and the health monitoring, autonomous driving features, speed bump detections, lane tracking, smart parking, vehicle to everything communications, and predictive maintenance and the fleet management. Now the conclusion and future work. So IoT basically revolutionizing automotive industry for the manufacturing, logistics, and the driving experience. Convergence of the IoT, AI, and intelligent technology is the key for the future development. Ongoing research to better our efficiency, cost, and the integration, and IoT as the decision making for the automotive stakeholders and AI for the predictive analysis. As a future work, so future work can bring the IoT for the automatic parking, traffic light traffic sign detection, and development of the power sensors, and the further research in the sustainable and secure IoT integration. So these are the references that can be used in the success work. Now, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful and well articulated presentation. We are open to questions now, if any. Okay, then with that, we conclude today's presentation session at NICE TEAS. We sincerely thanks to all the presenters for their. Yeah, sure. Yes, sir.
So I've seen that the title of my paper has been mistakenly written actually. So can you please fix that? I have also text them on WhatsApp.
Can you send the correct name of the paper in the chat box so that we can share it to our further team to correct it? Kushi, are you still confused now?
Okay. So thank you so much. A special thanks to our session chair for guiding discussion with clarity and depth. I want to share my screen to show the certificates of our session chairs. Just a second. Is it visible? Just a second. Yeah. I would request everyone to please switch on their camera so that we can have a virtual photograph to record this memorable session. Okay, thank you all, and we look forward to seeing you in the next session. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you.